What is good, boys? In this video, I'm going to be giving you my blueprint on what I would do if I was heartbroken, depressed, or just feeling really stuck and lost in life. This is exactly what I would do, and I'm telling you this because I've done it many times. I even did it this morning. I felt a little off. I did exactly this, and now I'm feeling back on track. I'm here making a video for you guys, telling you exactly what you should do if you're in that situation. So if you're lacking motivation, or you feel like you're not getting anywhere in life, this is absolutely essential, and this is gonna help you get back on that upward spiral and start achieving all your goals. So what it all comes down to is discipline. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh fuck, discipline, I actually have to do hard work. Yes, you actually have to do hard work. And the reason is, when you do something that makes your future self proud, you inevitably become happy. It's that simple. When you do something that makes you proud in the future, you're not gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel accomplished, you're gonna feel rewarded, especially when doing hard things. So for example, it doesn't have to be an ice bath or running 10 miles, although those are good things to do. It can be as simple as reading 10 pages or doing 3 minutes of meditation or just taking that cold shower. You don't have to go to the extremes, although certain things like ice baths are gonna make you feel amazing. You don't have to go there if you don't want to. You can just start with something simple. And if you are truly in a bad situation where you're super depressed, what I would do, I have a system, is you just start small. So you read 1 page, and then the next day you read 2 pages. And every single day you keep stacking on it. So it's the same thing with meditation. And eventually you can cap out at like 10, 15 minutes. But if you don't feel like meditating, you can do 1 minute today, 2 minutes tomorrow, and you keep stacking and building on it. You don't have to go all in. It's like saying going to the gym and trying to bench 315. You're not gonna do it. But if you start with the bar, you go to 95, 135, you can progress over time. So if you were truly depressed and sad where you couldn't do anything, the best thing you can do is say, all right, I am just gonna write 3 things I'm grateful for today, read 1 page of a book, and take a cold shower. And then tomorrow you try and do the same thing, just add a little bit every day. And this is how you're gonna work your way out of that. And the reason I know this is because 3 years ago, I was heartbroken. I got broken up with, and I felt so bad. I remember that first 2 weeks, I didn't apply this, and there was times when I tried working out, because that's something I love doing, is I love going to the gym. And I was just trying to do a home workout, and literally my strength was sapped. I was struggling even to curl like 65 pounds, and skull crushers was hard, and I was just like feeling the weakest and the lowest motivation to do anything I'd ever felt in my life. And it wasn't until I started applying this where I was just kind of cutting out all the artificial dopamine, replacing it with all these delayed gratification activities, started building up my confidence, the internal wins. And then all of a sudden, magic, right? I start getting better. And then I built myself to the best feeling I've ever had in my life by cutting out all the artificial dopamine and going all in on delayed gratification, making my future self proud. And within just a couple months' time, I was at the best state of my life. So that was coming from an extreme depression. That was probably the worst I felt in my life, was that breakup and the depression that came with it. And then I went to the best in just a couple months doing exactly this. And anytime I'm feeling off, I always resort to discipline. It's what always helps me. So if anytime I'm struggling with whatever it is, there's small things, small ups and downs throughout normal life when you're feeling good most of the time, I always head back to discipline. It's really that simple. And some of the things that you can do is, just to give you a little bit of a broader spectrum, is cutting out artificial dopamine and replacing it with delayed gratification. And what does that mean exactly? Artificial dopamine is going to be anything like video games, porn, just watching TV shows all day, consuming reels, TikToks, anything on social media. What else? Junk food, smoking weed, doing drugs. I mean, you get the point. So it's all those things, and those were things I was doing 3 years ago and prior. And then once you cut all those out, or at least eliminate them to the best of your ability, and you replace it with the things like reading, meditation, journaling, ice baths, cold showers, things like that, going to the gym. I always skip saying that one because it's been something I've been doing for 8 years at this point. But going to the gym and exercising, that's amazing. Getting out in the sunlight, spending time in nature, all these things will make you feel amazing. And these are the things that you should be doing on a daily basis. And if you think about it too, if you are someone right now who's feeling depressed, unmotivated, sad, whatever it is, think about how our ancestors used to live. even just up to a couple, like 50, 100 years ago and beyond, for now hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of years, no one has ever been doing the things that we do, the activities like scrolling, junk food, porn, TV shows. All this stuff is new age. So it's no wonder, it's a direct correlation. Artificial dopamine is gonna make you feel sad. It fucks with your dopamine systems, it fucks with your brain. You need to cut that out, and you need to start doing some of the things that our ancient ancestors would do. I'm not saying that they would read. I mean, actually, they have been reading for a lot longer than they've been doing social media, but like cavemen, they didn't read, but if you look back that far, they were spending time in nature, sunlight, in their tribe, spending time with other people. All these things are gonna make you feel amazing. So if you're ever confused on what to do, just try and look back to what our ancestors would do. Either just a couple hundred years ago, they were more focused on like reading, doing all those things, spending time doing things in person, versus all the new age things that's causing all the depression that we see nowadays. So if you find yourself feeling that way, this is a very simple thing that you can look at too. So it really just comes down to implementing discipline. If you want to feel better, it's that simple. You don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to take some pills. You don't need to do any of those things. It's really just doing the hard work. And like I said, if you're in that spot where you're extremely low, start small. I'm not expecting you to read for an hour a day if you're depressed. That would be difficult. But if you read for 5 minutes, or you read a couple pages, and you try and stack that, you can literally pull up. The same way that I would progressively overload and exercise in the gym, what I'll do is I'll literally type in pull-ups. I'll put the bullet point. I say 24, and then I however many reps I hit, 15. That's exactly what I did this morning. I did that, and then I check it, and I go to the next one. What am I gonna hit on my next back workout? How much weight am I gonna use? And then whatever the reps are, I input them. You can do the same exact thing. You can say your daily task, your daily discipline task, and you can go reading, 3 minutes. So you set your timer, you read for 3 minutes, check. Tomorrow, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. You keep stacking it until you're reading at like 20, 30, 40 minutes, and now you're feeling great. You've done the same thing with meditation. You just check off 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. You write those down every day. And before you know it, you're gonna have this list that's stacking, and you just start feeling so much better about yourself. You start feeling so proud, and you're gonna actually start making progress and developing as a person. And this is gonna get you out of that depression and onto an upward spiral, as it's done for me many times. So that is it for this video. If you can take away one thing, it is that discipline will solve your depression. And that's all. So if you got any value, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.